Welcome adventurers and fellow world builders. My name is Yadro and this is Yadro Gaming. Today we're going to do another half session of Zeb and his newfound ally Iren and take them through a level up process as well as build out the world a little bit more so they have a little bit more space to play around with in the next session. If you guys remember, in the first session we kind of were shipwrecked here on this new seemingly uninhabited island, and we kind of worked our way through the countryside, through these plains, and fought some rats, moved through this mountain where 3 of Zeb's teammates perished, unfortunately, worked our way down here through and all the way through this forest to this ruins that he saw from a distance. There was a kobold sorcerer burning up this village, and Zeb was able to skirt around them, find Iren inside of the Temple of Saint Terangis, recruit her to help him defeat this kobold, and they were able to successfully do so with neither of them dying. So Zeb got out of there alive. They found some loot, including a +1 set of plate armor that Zeb was able to don, and we picked up an ally that he persuaded to join him on his travels. So between the two of them, we're going to be moving on here today to both level up Zeb, to create Iren and level her up to level 2 as well, and then create 2 more large series of hexes for us to explore potentially in future sessions. So without further ado, let's jump right in to the actual building itself. We're going to start by leveling up our boy Zeb and kind of see where he ends up here. I've got his old character sheet there, and I'm going to jump over to, I want to say page 18. Yeah, if we're going to work on him first, we're going to jump over to the fighter class. And in there, I don't believe he gets anything special on this level up. He's just going to go, page 39. Yeah, at level 2, they don't gain a talent. We didn't quite hit enough experience to get to level 2, but it's my game and I want him to, so I'm going to. And the world is pretty brutal. So he doesn't get a talent, so we're just going to get a hit point roll to add to his current max, and hopefully we make him a beefier boy. Fighters have a D8 per level, so we're going to grab our trusty D8. Green is my favorite color, and he's a goblin, so we're going to start there. 5, another solid level. I think we had 8 when he hit level 1, and we're going to add +5 health to that. So that is going to take us up to 14 health. Awesome. And I had an error in the last, at the end of the last session, when he found that +1 plate mail, it was +1. So his AC is not a 15, it's actually a 16. So Zeb is looking pretty good here with 14 health and 16 armor class. Since he doesn't get anything else on his level up, we're going to move over and create Iren. Now, I'm not going to cheat on her in terms of her stats or anything like that. We've already established some things about her, like she is going to be a priest, regardless of what her wisdom score is, and we're just going to go from there and try to build her out here. So just like we did for Zeb and the original characters that we dealt with, I'm going to roll 3d6, keep them in order down the line, and we will decide what her stats are going to be here. So strength, dex, con, int, wiz, and charisma. So this is for her strength score. Oh man, she's strong. Okay, 17, hot start. Maybe she should have been a fighter. 17 strength, 10, we have 11 dex. That's fine. It's kind of changing what I thought she might have looked like in my head, and that's fine. Another 11 for constitution. Let's go with intelligence. Got to get him in the dish. 9, 10 for intelligence. Not bad. Our wisdom, this is a key stat for spell casting. 9 to 12, not bad. And we'll see what her charisma is. She is the noble / mayor, 8, 9. So just kind of a regular sort of charisma here with a 9. And that is great. Okay, we got great stats across the board here. She has great strength at a 17, 12 on the wisdom score. She's definitely viable. So let's jump back into our handbook in here and see what else we have to get her if we're making a new level 1. So jumping over to page 14 here in the handbook, we just rolled stats. That was on page 15, choice of ancestry. It's on page 16. Okay, so this is where we decide what her ancestry is or her race. So we're going to roll a d12, and they have different odds on each of these. I don't even know if I did this on the original characters that I made, but we'll see what she actually is. An 8. An 8 is a dwarf. That is not what I had pictured, but that's great. A dwarf and a goblin going through the woods. This should be exciting. We've already established that she is a priest, so I'm not going to roll for that. In terms of her priest spells, we had established that she had Shield of Faith. Keep breaking my pen here. She has Shield of Faith. I gave her Cure Wounds. And then, since she is at level 2, we are going to be able to give her, I believe, another spell. Priests at level 2 get 3 first level spells. So she had 2 at first level. She gets 1 more. So I think Holy Weapon would be kind of cool for Zeb. But if they do go into any more caves, Light would be a great idea. But she'll have a free hand, so maybe she could. We're going to go Holy Weapon. I think that would be cool. Especially Zeb is donning this like evil cursed armor that she was trying to purify. So she wants to give him the Holy Weapon to try to counteract some of that maybe. And she's very strong herself, so she might actually want Holy Weapon on her own stuff. She can probably hit harder and better than Zeb even could. Great. So we have Holy Weapon that establishes her for that. We've already established her deity is Saint Taragnus. And I think let's do her alignment. That could be important because maybe she's chaotic in the background or something. She is lawful, so both she and Zeb are lawful, working together, moving through the world here. Let's roll a d12, give her some gear, although I want to jump back over how many rolls do they get on starting gear. Oh, I think it's a d4. Yeah, let's roll a d4 and see if she has any starter gear outside of the ordinary. She just gets 1, that's fine. And then let's roll on the gear at the bottom right. She has caltrops. That actually might be useful at some point. Okay, so now we need to roll HP. She is a priest class, and she's going to get a bonus. I guess her con is 11, so she doesn't get a bonus for that. But we're going to get 2 rolls of a d6 dice to determine her health. Big money, big money. A 2 and a 2. Great. So she's going to get 4 health. 4 HP. And I will finish out the rest of her sheet and make it look pretty on a new character sheet here. But that is what she gets for being a priest. She does no turn undead, just for being a priest. Her deity we already have. Spell casting we are already done. We picked her spells out. Now let's go to priest talents, because when she hits level 1, she gets a talent. And I know that because I think that's on page 39 if you're jumping along. Level advancement, she has 1 talent at level 1 and nothing at level 2. So let's do that. That is 2d6. And we'll see just how great she is. That's a 5. +1 to melee or ranged attacks. I think I established that she might have had a club, and she's proficient in that. So we're going to go with that, and we're going to give her a +1 to her melee rolls. Nice. Okay, so she's not going to stand back. I mean, she does have kind of weak health, but if we can get her some armor, she might be able to land a couple blows, especially with Holy Weapon on that. That's pretty cool. All right, I think that's really good. We have her kind of base stats done. Now I want to do a little bit of world building with her, and just like we did with Zeb, maybe come up with some things that she wants to do, maybe a little bit about her personality, some like personal quests that she might have. So I'm going to jump back over to our NPC table here. And I believe I did NPC modifier and then a noun. I'm going to do one of those, one of each of those for her with a D100. And we'll see where we wind up. 82, this is kind of her personality. She's shrewd. Maybe she got that from like being a mayor. And 22. A shrewd outcast. Man, maybe that tells me that like she didn't really want to be the mayor or the mayor's daughter. She's kind of cunning. Maybe it was her idea to go after and cleanse out those kobolds that initially started all this. Kind of a shrewd operator. Let's just take care of our threats there. Ultimately, that made her an outcast because obviously she was the only one left of her people. Okay, so that's all kind of tracking for me. Maybe she's not the most popular person in town, but she was the one that was in charge, or at least the daughter was, and she's the last surviving of this village. Perfect. Let's jump back to motivation verb, motivation noun. So this is going to tell us just a little bit more about her and maybe what some of her goals are. 67, communicate. Communicate. 02, hardship. Okay, so maybe she wants to tell other people what's going on here. Maybe she knows a little bit about this area. She knows of these kobolds. She sent people to put a stop to them. So maybe there is someone that she wants to get in contact, or she'll know a place like to get over like to an actual kingdom where someone else is like actually in charge. And maybe she knows a little bit about that idol that they had found. I think it was like a gold monkey with like ruby eyes or something. So maybe when they found that, they gave them a tip off. Ooh, okay. See, it took me a while, but I got there. Communicate hardship. Basically tell a kingdom that something is happening out here with this monkey idol. Interesting. I think that's going to be a quest that she's going to want to get back to a kingdom, and that's kind of what Zeb wants to do anyway, so that works. I like that. Let's do one more roll on this. Gotta get it in the dish. 51. Collaborate. Well, that's why she went with Zeb, I guess. Collaborate, and 46. Collaborate faith. Well, she found someone that she lines up with religiously in Zeb. They both worship this Saint Taragnus. So maybe she wants to spread that word. Maybe the two of them collaborate faith. Maybe she just wants to spread that. Maybe, well, that could also play into that cursed armor that he's wearing, where maybe that's not the best thing for like these two lawful people to be dealing with. And while they're taking advantage of it right now, she ultimately wants to destroy it or purify it. So I think that's going to be one of her quests as well, to purify the armor. To do that, maybe she does have to go to the kingdom so she can actually get to like an actual real temple that still has people there, another priest that she can work with to actually do that to this armor. Okay, I like that a lot. So one of her quests is she wants to tell the kingdom about the monkey idol, what's going on out here with the kobolds. Another one is to purify the armor that Zeb has on. Collaborate faith. Yeah, I think all of that tracks really well. The dice are telling a story. Our regular story is telling stuff. This is awesome. I'm very excited for upcoming sessions. Oh, this is great. Okay, so let's move that off to the side. I have enough there that I can add her to the quest sheet. I've got enough that I know a little bit more about her and her motivations. But what I want to check really quickly is, did Zeb progress on any of his beliefs? He wants to bring the governor accuser to justice. He has not touched that one at all, so it's a formidable task, and we're not quite there yet. Become a goblin worthy of love. Complete lust. I think that he is a bit more confident. He saved this woman that was in trouble. He put a stop to this threat that was attacking this village that he was at, or this ruins. I think he might be feeling pretty good about that. Maybe he is feeling like he's done some accomplishments. So I'm going to mark him. That is a formidable task. So I'm going to mark off progress. Down here, if you complete one formidable quest mark, you can mark progress, which is completely filling one block. So I'm going to say he succeeded there. Strike a blow to the government power. I don't think he's done anything to achieve that. And the continued to journey to complete the mercenary job. I don't think he's done anything with that as well. He's found help, but I don't think that really gets him closer to completing his job, and we haven't really decided what that is yet. So he did get one mark on there for one of the quests he has up. I'm going to add Iren's to this as well, so we can track everything in one place with their vows or personal quests that they have. Feel really good about that. Awesome. So moving ahead, let's discover what else they're going to find on the continent. I've already got my sheet made up here. Hopefully that's coming in clear. We're going to start with C. And as we move through the map here, they just finished up in this hex. So we're going to move on to these 19 hexes. Get those filled out, discover what's there, points of interest, what the topography is. And from there, we'll move on really to finish out this. So we are ready for our next session, which will hopefully be sooner. I've been kind of slacking here on getting things posted, but I really want to get back to doing this regularly so we can tell this story. So again, they finished up in the ruins here. And we're going to fill out this group of hexes and this group of hexes in case Iren knows where she wants to go or know where the party's going to head. So we have either directional play here on where to go. So to accomplish that, I feel like I just jumped off of that sheet that I'm going to need. Overland, hex, travel. We're going to start in the middle like we did on the other hexes and kind of move up and around, and then up and around again, using that as our main hex here. So we're going to start off with our starting hex terrain. 2d6. And we're going to find out what our starting point is. That is a 6. That is a grassland. We're back to the grasslands. Then moving up from there, now it's a new hex. We roll 2d6 and just play off what the actual ones were. That is a 7. It's the same. So we move up and it's a grassland. An 8. Same again. Okay, we're heading into a grassland here. 5 is the same. Another grassland. Man, the whole thing's going to be grass. 4 is the same. Ooh, a really big open field, maybe like rolling hills of grassland here. 3, current terrain step +1. So we are currently on grassland. We're moving into a forest. Okay, I like that. From a forest now, 7 is the same as the current. So now we have a forest budding up here. So now we're going to be using the grassland, moving up to determine the next hex. 6, same as the current. Our grasslands continue. And again, there could be a village anywhere along here, another grassland. So we want to fill it all out and look if there's any points of interest later. Current terrain +2. So that is grassland, +2 is a river or an ocean. Maybe the water would be cool if like the ocean traveled all the way down there, but I'm not going to hold my breath. So now a 9, current terrain +2. So now we are on a river ocean +2 into a mountain. Okay, so it could be like a little pass that they go through. Ooh, it is water, so they'd have to go around it. This is why we're doing both. This is perfect. 4, same as the current, so we have yet another mountain. 5 is the same, another mountain. 10 is current +2. Mountain to a swamp. Okay, we got a little lowland here. 11, now we're on a swamp. +2, back to a forest. Okay, like a line of forest coming down the map there. That's great. Forest to a 12, roll a new terrain hex. So we're going to start back at the beginning here. 5, we're back to a grassland. 7, keep the same, still in a grass. It's just like a line of forested trees here. A 10, current +2. So grassland, moving back over to a river hex, maybe just like a large lake. And then river, same as the current, and we have another one. Okay, so river, 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 bunch of grasslands in there. Perfect. Let's get this one completed before we jump over to the D zone down here. We're going to roll for our point of interest and our difficulty level. So again, we're going to make the green one is our danger level, and our purple one is going to be, I think you used brown last time, but it's going to be purple. Purple will be our point of interest. So green is danger, interest is purple. Point of interest is purple, risk level. So that is safe, and there's no point of interest. So danger is safe. NA. Okay. Green is risky. No point of interest. 3 is unsafe. And, okay, no points of interest yet. That's fine. 4 is risky. Still nothing of interest. Deadly. Okay, love to see it. Deadly with no issues. Risky with no issues. No issues, no interest. This is riveting. There's nothing exciting happening. But maybe that means they're just not going to go this direction of the hexes because she knows there's nothing in this direction. There we go. A safe hex. And there is a point of interest. So now we have to roll 2d20. Ooh, a 2. A fortified keep with a door to another plane. Oh, God. All right. It is safe, though, which is kind of interesting. I don't really want to go to another plane. I think I'm going to flip them. We're going to say that 20 is a holy shrine. Yeah, we're going to say a holy shrine over or connected to a large tomb. I like that better. I'm sorry. I just got to do it. This is even a little bit higher up on the map, so I'm going to say that that counts. So for this one, there's going to be a holy shrine with large tomb. That might be where we're headed next. If she's aware that that is there. All right. That feels a little cheaty, but again, it's my game. I'll do what I want. And it is higher on the thing, and I'm going by the highest as the first one that we do. Perfect. Okay, moving right along for Hex 9. There is a point of interest, and 3 is unsafe. Again, this isn't a science. You can do whatever you want. This is just what I'm seeing and what I'm doing. And now everything's coming out of the woodwork. The higher one will be first. A natural landmark or a secret circle of wizards meet. Ooh. Natural landmark where wizards meet. Man, kind of close to the tomb, too. Interesting rolls. Okay, and we're back on. 1 and a 1. Another safe. Okay, I spoke too soon because now everything's coming out of the woodwork, and that's great. 1-1. So let's do our 2d20s again. That's a little bit higher up from my view, so that is going to be a cave formation being attacked by an invader. Ooh, it's safe though. Interesting. Cave formation being attacked by invaders. Be curious to see if we end up going this way. Moving on to the next set of hexes, we have a 2, which is unsafe, and nothing. Okay, let's keep it rolling. 2 and a 2, we have unsafe, nothing of interest. We have a safe, and nothing of interest. All of this also could be for naught too, because there's other stuff on the map that we can interact with and go back to. It's going to kind of come down to, it's unsafe with nothing. It's going to come down to what we're interested in and what we can draw connections to in the game. So again, all of this could just be extra work that I'm doing for no reason. Deadly with nothing. But it's building out our world, it's putting interesting things on there, and it's getting creativity going, obviously. Another safe zone with a point of interest. Man, all of our points of interest are like safe. That one's pretty clear. 9 and a 19. So we've got a town hiding a great treasure. Come on. Let's go. Town with great treasure. Okay, I'm excited about that. That could be a plot point for sure if they know it's there. Which one is that, just for curious? 16C, it's a grassland, so they would have to work all the way down there to get to it. Very doable, very possible. Let's keep it rolling here. Deadly with nothing. Deadly and available. 2 more to go, and then we'll have the C's finished. 6 is deadly. With nothing. 1 more. 19. Get it in the dish. 2 with nothing. 2 is unsafe. Great. So we've expanded out this group of hexes. We did find a town. We have a holy shrine with a large tomb on it. Very excited. A natural landmark where wizards meet. That sounds cool. A cave formation being attacked by invaders. And we have a town with a great treasure in it. All of that sounds very fun. Let's do one more round of hexes here, so we have a couple different directions that we can go here since we're kind of right on that border. Alrighty, so I've got C done. I'm going to just kind of set that off to the side, and we're going to go into D. Actually, I'm already determining stuff here. I rolled it, so I'm going to keep it. A 5 is risky, and there is a point of interest. Let's get that out of the way, and then we need to roll topography first. 10 is higher. A town with a barbarian camp. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's a town on 10. 19 is hiding. Another town with a great treasure. Oh man, what's going on? Interesting. A town with a great treasure. Maybe they're dueling. Or they have two halves of a treasure. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, let's do topography first before I get too far out of my skis here. Let's roll our starting hex for the middle. Let's stick with purple one. 10. We're going to start off with a river. Okay, I like bodies of water. And there's a town in... Interesting. A town in the middle of a river, up against a river, up against a lake. We'll find out. 12 is roll a new hex terrain. 9 is another river. Okay. Large lake, perhaps. 11, current step +2. If we're on river coast... Have I been combining those? That's fine. It's coastal. Boom, another mountain. Work our way around. Ooh, just like a lake at the bottom of a mountain. Sounds kind of cool. I could do that. Current +2 again. A swamp. Man, they love swamps, don't they? 11, current +2. From a swamp to a forest. Very foresty down this part of the map. 7 is the same, so we carry our forest. 3 is the current terrain +1, which is forest to a river. I love that. Moving up from a river now. 5 is the same. Okay, just a big body of water down here. It'd be cool if that all kind of connected, but I also like that it's just freestanding. River to a 9, current +2. If I'm on river, that moves us to a mountain. Mountains are connected. A 5 is the same. Let's do another mountain. 12. Roll a new terrain hex. A fresh start at a 7. We've got a forest in here. 3. Current step +1. Man, they're really taking me on a trip here. We're back to a river. Kind of a swamp between those two. I'm excited to build this map. I love when it gets color on it. River +4 is the same, which I think I'm going to make that ocean, because I don't think I was differentiating those, but I could be wrong. 5 is the same. The body of water is just spreading right now. Could be like a natural barrier since they don't have a ship. It's the same thing. Another river. 8 is the same thing. Another river. Yeah, it's kind of like our edge of our map. Our players cannot proceed beyond there. That's where the fog starts to roll in. Developers didn't get that far. Okay, a lot of water up here closing out this area. And then 8 is the same again. Okay, really big. Huh. I love that. That's going to cause some complications. We're going to have to go around it if we want to head in that direction. There is a town in there with a great treasure. Perfect. Okay, so we've got one done. Let's move around the board here and just keep rolling for danger level and anything of interest. We've got a 4 on danger is risky. And nothing of interest. We've got a safe hex. Nothing of interest. Green, another safe hex. Nothing. Yeah, if there's nothing this way, we won't have to worry about it. 3 is unsafe again. 4 is risky. Nothing of interest. Another risky. Nothing of interest. 4 is risky again. Man, travel through this is going to be a nightmare. This feels like a dangerous zone that we're moving into. Oh, there is something of interest. 3 is unsafe. There we go. Now let's roll to see what is interesting over here. The higher one goes first. City or a metropolis over a large tomb. Interesting. Some archaeologists down there or something. Let's do that again. So city. It is unsafe. So we're going to be a city over a tomb. A lot of tombs in this area. I wonder what was happening here long ago. I'm hoping we'll find out. Let's do something with it. Another point of interest. 3 is unsafe. Unsafe, and the point of interest. 18. Ancient dolmens. Or a secret circle of wizards. Another group of wizards. I feel like that's the third one. We're going to go with ancient dolmens. Where are wizards? Okay. A lot of wizards, a lot of tombs. This region is getting more interesting and complex the longer we go. This one is safe, and again, a point of interest. 1. A small tower. Maybe that's where the wizards are at. Controlled by a malevolent sorcerer. Okay, okay. Small tower. Controlled by sorcerer. Alright, stuff's starting to happen now. We're starting to get a little bit of ideas coming through here. That's great. A 2 is unsafe. I like how the small tower, it's safe because the wizard is there, shutting anything down. Another safe hex with nothing of interest. 4 is risky. I have to keep looking over there because I'm going to forget. The dish. 4 is risky. Almost done, y'all. Only got 4 left, I think. 5. There is something of interest. It's deadly. Deadly, and there is a point of interest. Something cool, something awesome. That one's on top this time. A 6 and a 10. A barrow mounds. Barrow mounds, and the 10 is guarded by its current residents. Cool. I feel like there's a couple different factions that are come out, or a couple different cities or towns that we're going to be exploring, which could be a lot of fun. Nothing there, but a 3 is unsafe. All right, this is coming together. A 2 is unsafe. And we have 1 more hex to go, and then we are done with it. It is safe, and there is nothing of interest. Awesome. So now I can build that out. I can add some color to it. I can throw on, expand this out a little bit, so we'll have a large series of hexes down here, hexes over here, and really Iren and Zeb can figure out what they want to do next, where they want to go. The town, there's 2 towns with great treasures in them. That could be interesting. We could head for the tombs in a couple different places here. There's a bunch of different places where wizards are. Maybe we could try to get like a teleportation somewhere if they want to head back to a kingdom. Man, there's just a lot of stuff to play off of here. I'm excited to have our dwarf companion Iren with us here. Zeb's got armor. He's got good health. We got a bit of a glass cannon, but she's really buff with Iren, and I can't wait to get all of this put onto paper. They can spread the loot a little bit, and from there we'll move on to our next session, session 3, where the 2 of them can begin traveling for something to get a little bit closer towards their goals and to get closer towards their individual quests and vows that they've made. Thank you so much for hanging out here, building the world with me. Again, I'd love to hear about any adventures that you guys have going on. If you started playing alone by yourself here like I'm doing, or if you have an actual table that you're playing with, whether it's Shadowdark or another system, I'd love to hear about it. Please feel free to subscribe, like, share. Tell me about stories down there in the comments. I try to respond to everyone that sends me anything. We're up to, I think, 240 some subscribers now, so thank you everybody that's joined. If you stuck around this long, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. But again, why be a player when you can be a god? Or both.